Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing well. And let me just shut that fan off real quick. We're all set. So, today's topic is going to be called Satan Has Been Given Dominion. So, it's just about how Satan has been given dominion. Okay? So, just look around you. It is 13 families versus 8 billion people. And the 13 families are winning. Evil is currently winning, but not for long. Not in the end. Satan is the author of all confusion. The newer Epstein files came out. Lots of these elites were caught in various emails talking about specific agendas. They were talking about such specific agendas as what I'm about to list. One, an intentional pandemic or plandemic before, and these emails were dated before 2020. You know what I mean? Before March 2020, if you know what I mean. So, number two, they were also in the talks in the past of pushing transgender ideology so that humans don't even know who they really are, and like all that, and just trying to destroy people who are not them. And they talked about goy and goyim and all this crazy stuff, right? So also number three, in the Epstein files that we found out, is that some of these people eat children and drink blood filled with adrenochrome in order to stay young for a long time. And this was an old thing known as Pizzagate, and from 2016, I believe. And but then it actually died out for a little, or it got way, like, it went down, and then it had a resurgency. And lo and behold, it's not just a crazy conspiracy anymore, pretty much. Like, we know what these psychos are up to and the type of stuff that they're doing, and if you can put two and two together, you can figure that out. Now, the first two I listed are like definite in there, but that last one, I don't know if it's fully in there, but they're parts of it and that lead to it and point to it, like what they do. And not even just the Epstein files, but just in general, like throughout the world. And they've exposed things like this, which is disgusting, but at least we know the truth, right? That, like, we know of them, and now people need to take these type of sickos down, But also, they share and enjoy watching and partaking in torture videos. It said that in the Epstein files. He said, "Oh, that was a great torture video. I really enjoyed it. Thumbs up." Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? So, and then it talks a lot about how Israel, Israel, and it's not like the Israel of the Bible, like God's chosen people. It's more so what Jesus was saying at one point, which is, you claim to be Jews, but inwardly are not, and you are from the synagogue of Satan. So that's what it is it's the fake Jewish people who aren't really the good Jewish people. Jewish people, real Jews, are good people. God bless them. But the ones who have taken over this charade are known as the synagogue of Satan, even from Jesus's lips himself, all the way back in the Bible. You know what I mean? So they are complicit in all of these agendas. In the beginning, Israel was God's chosen people, but nowadays, God's chosen people are from all different walks of life and are not limited to one race or one ethnicity, okay? They are trying to play God at this point. They want to act like they're God. And unfortunately, our government has been infiltrated by the Israeli government, is what people are saying and pointing to, and finding that lobbyists are, it's the same faces, the same lobbyists, the same propaganda, the same news media pushing to divide us and make us hate each other, right? But the only thing that changes every 4 to 8 years is the face, the president's face. That's it. And we always think, oh, our vote's going to make this huge difference because they promised this and this, and then not much changes, and you realize, then you get your hopes up again 4 years later, 8 years later, 12 years later. At some point, you end up going, I could give up. You know what I mean? And that's unfortunate, dude. But because many people think that God blesses those who bless Israel, which is true, but this new version of Israel isn't necessarily the ones who God made an original covenant with over 2,000 years ago. It's just not, you know what I mean? So they're under that um, pretend, like pretending, you know what I mean, that that's who they are, but it's a different group, you know? That's what it seems like, because why would they be doing all these atrocities if they were? But modern day Israel isn't the same Israel from the Bible. That is where they tricked us. You will know them by their fruits. A good tree can only produce good fruit. A bad tree can only produce bad fruit. But a good tree cannot produce bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot produce good fruit. Do you get it? So that's what it is. You'll know them by their actions. Their words might say one thing and try to be friendly, but if you just see them being violent and crazy all the time, then you know who they truly are. You know, this world is currently being run by a bunch of Luciferian diaper sniffers, bro. This is a bad hit. And we haven't even banded together to try and overthrow them. This is crazy. I would get, there was a loose quote like, just give them a circus and bread. That's all they need to distract them. That's all you need to distract the masses. Give them a little food and a little entertainment. You know what I mean? Media, music, movies, hip hop, Hollywood, politics, all used against us to distract and to divide. The two D's: distract us and divide us. Okay? If we are distracted, we don't know who the enemy is. And if we're divided, we can't overthrow the enemy because we're not one unit working together against them. We're all divided. We're too busy hating each other. You get it? So with those two D's, they can shut us down. I live in this world, but I am not of it. Do you see this statement from Jesus now? Woe to you who call good bad and bad good. The world wasn't always run by pure evil, but they built their wicked empire over the course of time. And as they were expanding such wickedness, all they needed to thrive was for good people to do nothing about it. You see, sometimes doing nothing has consequences. This evil cabal of Satanists now holds all of the power, all because good men turned a blind eye. It has grown so much so to the point that us talking about it won't save the day anymore. Unfortunately, we need action to be able to stop them. It doesn't have to be anything crazy in the beginning. It doesn't have to be violence. It just needs to be us making a big difference and uniting. That's the first thing, is to wake up from the charade, wake up from the nightmare, wake up and realize that's the man-made matrix. But also it's planet Earth right here, and they also put the man-made matrix on top of planet Earth. So look at it. Is it heaven or hell to you? What do you see? What is your reality? And if you don't like the answer to that, change it. You do have the power, you know? And unfortunately, we need action to stop them. They have the money, power, and connections, but we have the truth, the numbers, and the potential intellect. I don't want to just say we have the intellect, because right now they're running game on us. They are beating us at this very handsomely, might I add. It's just insane, you know? But we have the potential intellect. If we can band together and come up with good ideas and strategies, we can overthrow, you know what I mean? And our why is bigger than their why. So they want evil at the top, all for money, fame, and resources, which they already have all of. So it's just a meaning of like, we want to defend our evil ideals so that we can hold on to all our goods. But we want good at the top, not evil at the top. We want good at the top, all for love, connection, and camaraderie / unity. You know what I mean? So we want to be together as one people and just be in a very loving manner all the time. And, oh, what could I get you? Could I help you? Oh, no problem, my brother. Whatever, just good energy. You know what I mean? We have the numbers, yet our connections pale in comparison to theirs. So we have a lot of work to do if we wish to reclaim this world for the glory of God. Be aware of thy enemies, and I say enemies, plural, because there are multiple, okay? Put on the full armor of God, and walk by faith, not by sight. And that's all I got in tonight's video. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to check out some of my other content that I've been dropping the last 2 months. I'm just getting into this. I'm pretty new to it, but I like it. I'm having fun. I have an older channel too, Sigma the Stigma. But this is my newer channel, Joshua Dutczak. So thanks for stopping by. Until next time, stay safe, be blessed, and live lavishly. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, just know that I love you all. Peace.